Alright, so it's the May 22nd, 2018. 7, almost 7:30, 7:25-ish. So here again, gonna make another video. Another drama blog or whatever, and gonna try to continue where I left off. So where did I leave? I think dreams. So let's see what else. So I think I talked about working over here at in Orville for a rush. So it's, what is it, Wednesday, Tuesday, so I haven't worked Monday or Tuesday, so, but yeah, I think I hurt my wrist a little bit. Let's see. So I don't mind the rest, just to make sure I can still draw. 12 hours is a long time to be working, standing up or whatever. I don't know what, I think it was just, it's funny. I always get challenged at jobs. They always like try to see if they could overwork me or whatever for these last few jobs, labor wise, and it's like, and I am doing the job well, and then but it's like, yeah, how are you guys not gonna, I work hard, if I can break rocks, like freaking, for 12 hours I'll break rocks if I need to. But anyway, what else? Oh yeah, so the dreams thing. So I haven't been able to make a video. Yeah, I'm just getting other stuff done, but okay, so this dream stuff, I just want to finish it up real quick. So it kind of goes into the place where it's not coincidental. Okay, so I'm going to go into specifics, and these ones are kind of weird, they kind of, working at this place, they kind of, I don't know, what was it? Anyway, so when Isaiah was in the belly of Sarah, somehow she went to the Oakland Mountains, her sister Selena, and Selena's husband at the time, her boyfriend, her husband, I don't know, fought baby daddy, Troy, and then Selena's Sarah's half-sister. It's from the same mom, so they had different dads. So Selena's Sarah's older sister, and she's cool person. She, what does she do? She her dad, Perry, was somebody, I guess some doctor guy that lived in the Oakland Hills or whatever. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Lived in the Oakland Hills, and oh yeah, so they were caretaking the house and getting rid of all this stuff, and so I got to go with them. It was a hella nice house, and like had a patio in the back, I think, and it was like a mountain, one of those houses like built on a mountain or whatever. And it's kind of sad because he sold I guess he was a painter too, so he sold all his paintings and stuff that were like all his painting supplies, I guess. So when I got there, and then I even found out that he was a painter, had all these like canvases that were like gessoed already, and and I had been going to Butte College for like 3 years, right, or for a couple of years already. So I was into painting. So I had made a portfolio case that Eddie Hood had let the class make. It was these, like, I don't know, made it out of like cardboard and like just these like normal supplies, and you make like this thing to hold drawings, portfolio thing. And I still have, and I painted on the front and I painted on the back, and there was these 2 paintings. And I don't know what else I did there. So I was painting, I was doing art or whatever. I don't know if I was playing music or whatever, but I don't know how long we were there. At least a couple weeks, not a month. Kind of weird, and that's kind of weird. I forgot it. I don't know how pregnant she was. I think during that time I was reading the Bible. I don't know why I was reading the Bible, but I don't know. It was one of those times where I was just like reading a lot. And I had these 3 dreams that were pretty carried on through my life that I keep telling people about. and I think I tell them they felt special. They're the only kind of dreams that were like that. I had a lot of different kinds of dreams, but those ones were like I don't know, really intricate, I guess, or I don't know why they stood out more than other dreams. Maybe it was just because there were a group of them. I don't know. Actually, I think maybe it's just because they had to do with religion and end of the world and cosmic stuff. So, what was it? So one of the dreams was... Okay, so one of the dreams... I don't know if I already said this one. Okay, so the dream was... it was weird. Okay, so... Okay, so it has this one... Okay, so this is old lady with the... like what do you call that? What the hell is that called? Shopping cart. So shopping cart, and it's kind of like evening, nighttime, or almost, pretty much. Okay, actually, hold on. And so it starts off with this guy and this girl in the car. That was the guy, and it was driving, and it was like a car, nothing special. It was just a squarish car, and we're arguing. We're like, I don't know if we were rich or like, not rich, but like, we were like a suburban couple arguing about something, like nothing like intense, but it was just like, hey, kind of bickering, or trying to find where we were or something. And then I remember looking out the, talking or whatever, and then I see the side, and there's a bag lady, or like a lady. We passed by, so we're going really slow, and we passed her by. Yeah. Okay, so and then I don't know why that bag lady is important. I could have started off with the bag lady, then went to the people in the car, and then all of a sudden there was like this big old light in front of like the dash or the front of the windshield, and then it was blinding light, and we're like, what the heck? Somebody with a gun or something, or I don't know. And then it was the police, or like a squad, or like some kind of like military law enforcement thing. and they were like, told us to get out of the car or whatever. I don't know how that went. Forgot now. And then I switch. Then I think I'm the bag lady or something. And somehow, fuck, I can't remember now. So then walking through town, it's like old Orville town, but everything's kind of like bombed. Like the buildings are bombed and everything. Like already, like nothing's smoldering or nothing. It's already happened like months ago or something. Like kind of normal. People are already used to it or whatever. But it's nighttime, so it's kind of empty. It's empty. And then I'm walking through, and I look up, and I look at the building, kind of by where the underground was in the Orville downtown. Which it's like a old town. I don't know. Anyway, so 3-4 stories kind of building, and then all of a sudden I'm inside the building, and I'm like a military person, and in the building there's like it's like a war room, or it's like the floors are like marble, like grayish marble or something, like and there's like symbols, like I don't know, like a circle with like I don't know, some kind of American bird, or I don't know what it was. I can't remember now, but I remember it was colorful, like a CIA kind of symbol or something. But it was more war. It was kind of like almost like southern. Like Civil War kind of memorabilia. Like there was a painting on the wall, and I don't know, there was something like we're looking at a map or something, like, or some kind of like strategic table that had like some stuff on there. And it's interesting, I saw a photograph later that looked really like it made me think about that place. Anyway, so move on. So that happened, and then let's see what else. So that was the next part was damn, I can't remember now. Okay, so I think from that one, oh yeah. And so from that one went into, then I was a little kid. Me and this other little kid, I think could have been a little girl, and then so we were walking. It's like a front of lawns, like kind of like a suburban house, like a neighborhood, normal neighborhood, but it was still evening. And we were walking, and it was kind of like everyone was camping on their lawns. I don't know why that was, but like I said, we were just kids. So we're going from one of our campgrounds to another campground, or going back to the campground, or not our campground, it's or somebody's lawn, like one of our lawns, parents' lawns or something. So we're walking, and then there's like these hammocks, like these. So it's all set up outside. So there's like places to sleep, and like a campground. I don't know. Like little tin things that drink. The water things and all this stuff. So I don't know. That was kind of weird. So I'm going to sleep, like I'm supposed to be sleeping or something. So I get in the hammock thing or whatever, and kind of just talking, or I don't know, kind of looking around or something. I don't know. And then what was it? Then switch up, and I look. Oh no, I don't. So and then there's these lights. And it's like a mile away. I don't know how far. Kind of just like pretty far away, like 5 blocks or something, 3 blocks. I don't know. Kind of eyesight, and there's just those soldiers people with lights, and they start hitting people with lights, and they're coming closer and lights, and then all of a sudden I'm like me, like I'm a male, adult male, and I'm like, trying to get the kids to run away from the soldiers or whatever, because they're like, it's almost like they waited and then they started hitting, boom, 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 and then in my backyard in San Martin, we had a fence by the railroad tracks, and there was like this blackberry bushes that were on the other side of the fence, and then so I was trying to like trying to get over the fence or whatever, but the soldiers were right there, so, and I don't know if there was dogs or what, but like, I remember throwing one of the, people were trying to get over, it's like a group of us that are like all trying to get out of there, and throwing one of the kids over, kind of breaking through the fence backwards, and then letting the kid have a chance to get over the road, blackberry bushes or whatever, and I get caught in the blackberry bushes, and then I wake up. Wait. Is that the dream? I don't know if it turns in. I forget, because it's been a while since I thought about it. So that was one dream, which is just a dream. So, but it was interesting because, and I'll tell you later why. Okay, so, and then another one was like, oh yeah. Okay, so this one's weird. So it's weird because I just watched the video kind of like that. Anyway, okay, so I had this like long time ago, like 20 years ago. So over 20 years ago, so a long time ago. So I had this dream that was me, San Martin, where I grew up, and I was a teenager already, or early 20s or whatever, and probably around the same age I was at the time, and it's kind of messed up because I've been telling these dreams and people were kind of ridiculing me, or I don't know what they're doing, but I kind of, I don't know, reenacting my dream or whatever, you know what I mean, like kind of referencing it. But so these are real dreams. These are actually ones that I've had or whatever. And so I'm there in front of, we had a basketball hoop thing in front of our yard my dad made. It was like, put the concrete, and then I don't know, I was never good at basketball, but we had it there, and I'd throw it once in a while, but throw the basketball once in a while, but never, I don't know. But in the dream we were there, we weren't playing basketball or nothing, it was just there. And or maybe they were or something, but so we're standing out there and we're just looking up at the sky. And it was like a blue sky, but there was some clouds, white clouds up there. And in the clouds, and I remember just like 3 or 4 of us. And I don't know, like standing there and looking. And in the clouds, there was like, what was it? It was like a sideways eagle, I think, or something like that, like an eagle head thing, like. But okay, so in the sky, it was like a light coming through, or like a light show almost kind of thing, where, because it wasn't supernatural at the time in the dream, it was more like, whoa, look at the, like kind of being entertained, like fireworks kind of thing, looking at the sky and thinking like, oh, that's really cool, and it was like a sideways eagle head, nationalistic kind of thing, and then we go inside, I think, or something. Or some people go inside and then come back out. I don't know, I can't remember now. Like, there was more of us and then come back out, and there was a few of us, and then the sky, like the eagle turned, and as it turned, it was like turned into a cobra, like, you know, with the sides, the cobra side thing, and we're like, whoa, and then what was it, the earth, oh yeah, then the moon, there was a sky of the sun, and the sun turned red, and then it started melting, and as it melted, like melting, like physically, like it was circle, and then the top of it started going like that, and like it wasn't like, kind of just, yeah, like a dripping, I don't know, but the whole sky started doing that, like going down, like, and it was like, whoa, and at that moment I was like, whoa, this is the end of the world. I was like, this is it, you know, like instantaneous. It's been so long since I've told this or thought about it or whatever that it kind of feels generic because I've told it so much. So now that I'm gonna say it on video, I don't have to say it anymore. I'm trying to be complete. So yeah, so the sky was melting, and then what else? And that's when I was like, whoa, you know, this is the end, or this is. It was just like that, like, oh, you know, like, this is it, oh, and you know, and it was weird because it was, you know, those people were all lined up, kind of looking, and it's like, wow, and then right when I thought this is the end of the world or whatever, it was kind of weird because in my mind I was like thinking like kind of like aware of being alive and thinking of, so this kind of like, so this is how it goes, you know, this is what we're all waiting for, and it finally came. And then right when that happened, I turned around to my right, I think, and then right when then the earth, like, it felt like the earth was earthquake, like there was two hands that were just pulling the earth, not like two hands, but it felt like it wasn't an earthquake, it was like the earth was being pulled apart. I don't know, whatever that means. And then man, that light, bright light. And then, what else? Oh yeah, and then I fell on my knees, and on my left hand, it was this like pillar, like this, I don't know, stone pillar or something, but it was kind of like in bricks or something, because it was kind of like breaking, like a Jenga thing, you know, like that, those levels, kind of like that, kind of like, and but more like a rock, like a concrete, stone, marble, or I don't know. So I fell on my knees and my left hand was holding on to the pillar, and I started praying, and I prayed, and I was like, dear God, what did I say? Something about my family, just you, my family, and prayed for my niece Danielle, because she was born at that time, and that's all. And then I woke up from that dream, but I didn't really wake up. I was in the dream still. I was still dreaming, but I woke up and I was like, well, you know, like, and then in that dream, I was in a living room. That was me. Like, I woke up and I'm walking through, and the carpet was like a green, like a Mexican house. It was a Mexican house, like the colors, like old, like my mom and my grandma, and like kind of just like, I don't know, they decorate their house a certain way, like, you know, those sarapes and like those, just those colors, like a yellow, green, 70s kind of look, or I don't know, I can't think exactly. It was just a Mexican house, like a, so the green carpet. So we had green carpet. There was green, like a thick green carpet, like a, yeah, like a fuzzy thing. I don't know. I can't remember now. But, and then my brother was a little kid. He was like a 9-year-old or 7-year-old, like sitting in front of the TV. There was like big TV. It's kind of like, I don't know, bigger than him, TV. And he was just looking, you know, looking at the TV. I don't remember anything on the TV. And but he was sitting there in front of it, and then I walk past him, and then I go to the kitchen, and my Aunt Josie's in the kitchen cooking on a pot. Like, there's a big old pot, and not a big old pot, but, you know, like a pot, like menudo or something. I don't know what she was cooking. It was just normal food, like a soup or something. I don't know. And she was like happy. It was like a daytime, and she was nice. She was like, hey, you know, something. Said so, I don't know. And then I gave her a hug. I was like, oh, how you doing? Or so, I don't know. And then I woke up for real. But what's weird about that dream is that she wasn't nice at the time when I had the dream, because she was kind of mean to me when I moved over here, because my cousin Val was her baby and my mom babied me, and so she would always kind of like be like, oh, he's a bad kid, or, you know, kind of like he likes rock and roll music, and always telling me to turn, you know, off the MTV, change the channel, and because my uncle Raw, you know, I'd play guitar, and he would play guitar with me. He was like, hey, you know, and start playing some blues or whatever, and so she would always be like, you know, what are you guys doing? Or, you know, I don't know. And to her, I was her, I don't know. So she was nice sometimes, but most times she was just like, why don't you pray? Or, I don't know. She was nice enough. When I cut my hair, I had it long. I cut my hair, and I had a tail, and she was like, oh, she was happy that I cut my hair. And I did it kind of for acceptance for her, you know, really kind of like, you know, not just for her, but I mean, she was the lady of the house, so it was kind of. And then she was like, oh, but you need to cut the tail, and I was like, so it was kind of weird. We had a weird relationship where, I mean, I was not the most important person to her or whatever. We played games like board games or whatever, like Yahtzee or whatever, and I was like, you know, 13-year-old, so I was like happy when I won. I was like, you know, playing with the older ladies in the house, my mom or her and whatever, and then like, so I was kind of a gloating little. I guess I was just loud and obnoxious, like I am with board games. I guess, like, you know, kind of like, yeah, I'm not like all boastful, but kind of just like, yay, you know, whatever. So she would be like, we'd play, but she would get mad at me because I had good luck and whatever. But not mad at me like for real. She was pretty cool about it, but she was still kind of like, oh, stupid kid. Or I don't know. I can't explain. I'm trying not to be mean, but it was kind of like that, kind of, because me and Val wouldn't get along. He would always be kind of like, whatever, dude, to me. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened there. She was strict. That's the word, strict. So in the dream, she was nice. And then she was older, she was nice, like years later. And I was like, whoa, that's weird, because that was weird. I'll go more into that too. Like, green ended up being her favorite color when she passed away. That same green, and at the funeral, at the wake or whatever, at the church in Oroville, they had like that green color. And I don't know what that was all about. But I asked my cousin, and I was like, dude, why did you choose this green for like the tablecloths and stuff? And he was like, that's her favorite color. And I was like, what? I don't know. Kind of weird. Like I said, I don't know which is true anymore. Like, I don't know, people were just doing that because I said those dreams, and they're just like, but I don't think he would do that. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. But like I said, she was like, for the last few years after I had Isaiah and everything, like, I went, when I was living in Chico, like, she was nice. Every time I saw her, she was like really happy and nice. Kind of like my grandma too. She was really happy, like nice. Well, she was always, I don't know. Anyway, so the third dream, and this one's weird. Those two dreams were more relevant, but now this one ends up being more relevant. And this one is like a weird one because I'm tripping on it right now. So, or I've been tripping on it for the last 4 or 5 years. And I don't know what happened here, but this one was weird. So, I'm in a dream. Fucking weird. Okay, so I'm in this dream, and in this dream, I'm standing in the living room in a white, kind of like, tainted. It's not super white, but it's kind of white living room, and I'm holding a Bible. Okay, so then there's a couch there, and my friend Dawn is sitting on the couch, and there's like a bunch of bags of weed, and I think money too, like, but those weed, I don't know if they were garbage bags or what, but they were like bags of weed, marijuana, and I'm standing in the middle of this living room, and there's this fan going on, and what was it? Oh yeah, so I have the Bible, and there's papers, like, and they're like flying around, like, I don't know if there were pages in the Bible or what, but I was trying to pray, and I was trying to pray, asking God for help, because it was just like force pulling me up, like wind, I don't know, like the fan, or I don't know what it was, but it was just like, and sounds stupid right now because people fucked with me and made it sound stupid, because I don't know why they would do that, but this really happened. This dream really was what I dreamt, because at this job they have a fucking fan and all this, I don't know, kind of weird shit. But so I'm living in the Oakland Hills having these dreams, right? And so I'm in this dream, and there's this fan that's going in, and I'm like, that's not a fan. What was it? It was like just pulling me up, and I'm trying to like stay grounded, and I'm like praying and holding this Bible, and everything's flying around, and I get sucked in this hole, like a friggin' black hole, or I don't know, like tunnel, like a wind tunnel or something, I don't know, but it's like, sounds stupid, like a hurricane or something, and I'm like, and it's kind of like I don't know what it is, but I'm just like prepare, going through this tunnel, like And all of a sudden I'm awake and aware, and I can see and everything. And I'm floating in space without nothing, just a normal person floating in space. And I think it was almost like a soul, like I'm just a soul. But now I'm in a body and I have clothes and everything, so I don't know what it was. So I'm just there floating, and I look, and it's like outer space. Like there's like these, I think I see like planets. I don't know what I see, but it's kind of like open space and stars. I see like stars, and I see this like planet, and or not a planet, like a meteor. I don't know what it is, like a small rock that had like a red rock, like orange, like. So I'm floating, and I start floating there, and I don't know, Sarah's there, and Sarah's like floating to that same place, and there's a little TV on the asteroid thing or whatever, and we start looking at it, and it was, at first it was kind of like, this is your life, this is what your life, kind of like you get a replay of your life at the end or something. And then as I was watching it, I didn't see my life. I started seeing like a city escape, and then I started seeing like Robert De Niro in a movie, like walking around like an older man, like he wasn't like a young man. He wasn't crazy. He was just a normal guy. It kind of reminded me of that movie where that girl, where he's the old guy helping out the young people, his daughter or whatever. And then I woke up, and so that was the third one. So what's weird about that one is that my friend Don ended up so when I left Lily's house, Sarah was like, hey, I'm breaking up with Brian, and we got divorced, and I'm worried that can you come live here for a little while and make sure that we break up okay, whatever. I don't want to go into their story, but their stories, it's kind of weird, just because like, it's funny because when that happened, her dad was like, everybody, you're the talk of the town, you guys are the talk of the town, kind of like negative, like, what the hell, you have Daniel living over there, because he didn't know the story. So I guess the real, I didn't know the story at the time either, but now I know some of the story. So, but I guess everybody was involved in my story during this time, and I don't know, maybe some for good, some for their own selfish reasons, some for actually being like, hey, I know that guy, whatever. I don't know everybody's story. That's why I actually would appreciate people being honest with me, man. Like, life is short. We're all gonna be really old soon, and this is all gonna be stupid shit. I'd rather be honest with the people that I know, so that I can have a relationship with people and still be cool with people. But I can't be cool with people that have been, that I'm not sure about, that are, not that I'm not sure about, but that, I've already been damaged enough to where I feel I don't have a lot of trust, honest trust, for a lot of people, acquaintances, and people that were maybe my friends or whatever, because a lot of people switched up. I don't know what they put out there for people. And some of it I do know, but it just got really weird. That's why I'm making these dumb videos. So what was it? So in the dream, so that when I was living there, that's when Dawn was on TV, and I don't know if my dad said it. I think he saw it too, and then Sarah. I don't know what happened. I forget. I didn't see it. Oh yeah, I saw it on TV one time. It was fucking weird, dude. It was like, the hell? Like, they had him on the news and like talking about all this in the newspaper or whatever, and saying that some redheaded dude was like, they were trying to buy some land in Berry Creek, and the guy went missing and had his car parked in front of Don's house, and then he had it towed away, and then what else? Had the car towed, and then they were looking for the guy, his family. I don't know where his family was from, like from, not from here, from I think down south or something, or somewhere else. But his family was, I guess, well-to-do. I don't know who they were, but they were like, he was missing. I don't think they ever found him or whatever. Supposedly, like that's what I'm tripping on too. Is like how much fake news, how much fake stuff is out there, what's is real. So it's kind of like that. And then what else was it? Oh yeah, so the dude's on the news, on fucking Action News and shit, and he's supposedly wanted for murder or something, because I guess they found him in Shasta, like trying to give away a truck or car. Sounds so stupid right now. Like, now that I think about it, it's like, wow, dude, that's like some stupid story. Now that I know all the crazy shit they did actually, that authorities can do, and the false flags that they're able to do or whatever. But if it's true, it's pretty crazy. I'm just gonna tell you guys things that happened. I'm not gonna say if they're true or not, because I don't know. But this is what happened. So he was on the news, and he supposedly like was trying to get rid of a truck, and was just wanted to know about. They were trying to find out who this guy, or where this guy was, and supposedly they made billboards in Orville and around here, like putting the money out for. And the guy, okay, so Don ended up being like, I didn't talk to him for a while, and after that incident, like, my friend Matt Hauk and Dave Hyman, two guys and we were bandmates together. We're like, oh man, did you hear about that? Or that's crazy, huh? And I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. And they're like, yeah, he changed. I guess like supposedly like they were supposed to play a gig for him, and something where he was kind of like bossy, and he was already being like that. He was like really like being aggressive and like kind of like trying to play the boss, so I don't know what. That's kind of why we split ways, because I was just like, I'm not, it's not gonna fly with me. So when we parted ways, he was just worried about money. He was trying to make money or whatever. And so a couple years later or whatever, he was like making all kinds of money. He did Amazon. He made this like plant store, or like a store where they make like fertilizer and stuff for like people and farmers or whatever. Basically for weed people. Like, he was an early start for the weed people, and so they did that, and they're probably specific for people to grow, because I remember him asking me to do a mural for him, and my brother was gonna do a mural for him. And at the time, my mom was in Orville, so she would babysit his kids, and like, so they were giving her money. Jennifer was his wife, and like, so Roscoe and Miles they were taking care of them. My mom was helping out with them, and And I didn't really like it because I was like, dude, me and him are not getting along. Like, we had an argument. He was trying to, like, make me pay for fucking shit that he spent. Money that he spent, that was his idea. And it was a stupid idea. I didn't like it. And then it didn't work. And then he's like, oh, fuck it. You know, I quit and whatever. Because I didn't help him build it in a fucking summer day when I'm trying to draw people. And I was just like thinking, like, dude, so when that happened, he did too much work for project that didn't work. And I knew it wasn't gonna work, but he did it, and we took it to the farmer's market, and him and my dad were trying to build it, and I was just like, dude, I gotta still draw people for 3 hours, 4 hours. Like, I can't be all hella sweaty and looking stupid, like, before I would even start and argue with you, because that's kind of what's gonna happen. So when that happened, he's like, who were you? And I was like, dude, like, I don't know, I forgot exactly how it happened, but I was just like, dude, I don't know if we even got through that day, how we got through that day, but so we cut ties, and then he was like, oh, you owe me this money for the PVC pipe and all this stuff, and I was like, what? I'm like, dude, you're breaking the agreement that we have with farmers market. Like, I have to pay this money, and I still got, like, future weeks that I got to do this with no money, and you know, you're supposed to monetarily back this up, and now you're ditching on the project, and I still got to do it. My name's on there, so I got to do it, and you want me to pay you money for shit that, like, that was a bad idea, and I told you it was a bad idea. Like, we needed a tarp, but you wanted to go cheap and make an idea, which didn't work, but now he wanted me to pay it, and I was like, pay him money. And I was like, so that was like where I was like, dude, no, dude. And I told him, we saw each other another time in Oroville or something. He was like, yeah, let's meet up or something, him and his wife. And I was like, all right, or something like that. I don't know, he drove in, I don't know if I had to drive somehow. I don't know if I got dropped off or how they picked me up or something. And then he brings some stuff up like that, and I'm just like, nah, dude, fuck you. Like, we're in Chico, it was like by In-N-Out Burger, and they said something, and I was like, what? You know, he brought me out there for that, and I was like, dude, you know what? Fuck you, dude. Like, in front of his kid, he was like calling me out for some money or something like that, or something. It was like, again, like trying to do the power trip on me. And I was like, and he knew it. I was like stuck because he fucking, you know, I had to get driven. Like, I didn't have my own car, and I was like stuck riding with him. And I think his woman picked me up, or I don't know what happened, but so it was like a power trip, and I was like, nah, dude, fuck you. So I was already at the end of it. I was like, nah, dude, nah. So I walked away, and I think I got picked up, but so that was last time we had talked at that particular time, and it was messed up because I had to tell him, I had to say something in front of his kid. Like, his kid was standing there, and he was there, and he was trying to be like, ooh, and I was like, no, dude, fuck you, dude. And then so I'm walking away, and his woman's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, dude, I'm out of here. See you guys later. So it was a bad ending that we had. And supposedly broke my shit. So when my mom was like babysitting for him and all that shit in Oroville, and I was in Chico, I was just like, I'll do what you want. And then he was like, oh, you know, Ruben, and my mom would be like, oh, he wants you to draw a painter or something. And I actually went to go see him one time, and I kind of saw what, you know, his business, that he had a building or something, and had people working for him, and they're kind of shady people. So I was like, yeah, no, I don't really want to do. I was doing murals in Chico and stuff, but I was like, so it was still kind of we were not cool with each other, because he went that same direction. Like, he was still giving orders to people, and I was just like, no, I'm not, because he was trying to do that. He even had another guy from some town somewhere, and I don't really want to talk shit about people, but that was just our relationship. So when all this shit happened, it was kind of like, what the... So I just didn't want to be part of it. And it's weird because I always had these people in my life, like these friends that were like always trying to have me be part of their thing. Sometimes they would, try to help me out, but they always wanted to be like, I don't know, make money off me or something, or trying to... And they were good friends, like really, like when my band when they kicked me out of American Fiction, he was like, oh, fuck those guys, we could start a band or whatever. So it was cool, but at the same time, there was also that control thing. So I don't know what his situation or issues are. Like there's more drama to that story than just this part. But so the dude's on the news, and him and Sarah like had issues when my son was young about like she sold him a dog, or he sold her dog, or somebody, and then somebody didn't pay. He didn't want to pay, and I don't know, gave the dog parvo, and the dog died, and so he didn't want to pay, and they had issues for some money, and because they had to be neighbors, and so they didn't like each other for whatever reason. Well, for reasons, because when she would be messing around on me when we were kids, when we were like pre-Isaiah, he would be like, yo dude, I just saw her over there fucking hanging out with a bunch of dudes and at the party, at some party, and she's doing this and that. So when I ended up with her, they still didn't like each other, because they had issues, or because he was my friend at the time, but he, at the same time, he was starting to be like trying to, I don't know, he came into his own being the boss guy, but he ended up being like one of those guys that were telling people what to do, like controlling, mind control kind of guy. I don't know what it was. I don't know, kind of like a bully. So he became, and whatever it is, like to each their own, however they want to be, but I refuse to be bullied, no matter if they're friends or not friends or whoever. Like once we get to that level where they see me as competition, or they want to, it happened a few times already, so I don't know why that happens like the way it is. I'm hoping that through life things will change, but I gave them many chances, so I don't know. I mean, I gave everybody chances, give Sarah's chances, but the reality is, I'm just me, gonna be me, and I'm not trying to talk shit, but people just added their story into my story, and that's why I'm clearing the slate here, because some weird shit. So dude's on the news for all this stuff. I don't know what the hell happened with him. I'm going through all this my own shit, and Butte College and all this other shit. So dude's like Orville guy, super Orville guy. They have a store, and weed guy. There's like all the weed people. So that stuff's true. Like that shit. Like I saw that shit with my own eyes. So not the weed stuff, but the store and kind of the people that were hanging around. So my mom felt like she was cool and being helpful, and they were like, yeah, they were, Jennifer was nice enough or whatever. I don't, she was always kind of neutral, but I don't know. It's kind of weird, it's weird. It's weird. But my mom's her own person. So it just happened. And I told her what, she knew the story. I told her everything, but she would still be like wanting to help out. So that's what she was doing. and I didn't really like it, and then Ruben wanted to do murals for him, or I don't know what that story was about. So I just kind of stayed away and did my own. I was doing my own thing. So when this thing happened around this time, that was the first time I ever thought about him or heard about this situation or whatever. And I was like, damn. And so I read about it, but I was kind of just like, wow, And like I talked to my old friends, and they were like, yeah, dude, he changed, shit. He was really pretty much like an asshole, whatever. I don't know exactly what the words were, but like kind of like he changed. I don't know what that means, but everybody kind of says that about everybody else, so it's kind of like, I don't know. So during this time, it was a fucking conundrum. So that's weird, because in my dream, he was around a bunch of weed, and that was like before my son was even born. So that's weird how that came around like that. And so this guy, supposedly they found some like bags of shake trimmings and some guns here and there or something, and then like some money on his property. So somehow they were gonna bust him, and they wanted to find out where it was. And I guess the guy that was gonna buy the property, that they were looking at the property with, flew away on an airplane, and it was like, forget this shit or something. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. There was this stuff on the news, like a news clipping, and so she was like, so this is what's happening at that household, and so that was pretty weird. That was like a weird thing. But what else? So yeah, I don't know about I'm not, it's already actually 57 minutes and the sun's going down. So that's kind of the 3 dreams. There's more dreams that are actually just as relevant. Think about it what you may. These are just some dreams that there's some more like connections to other stuff. I'll have to think about, or I'll have to like talk about it another day or something. I'm not really savvy about these videos. I'm trying to get through them so I can talk about the stuff I've been wanting to talk about, but they do get more crazy. Like, I'm trying not to get into people's lives or story or trying to shit talk, but people have been trying to connect all my art and the stuff to these bigger things, like, and it's kind of fucked up. I don't really like, I can appreciate some people trying to help out in whatever way they try to help out, or people not trying to use it against me or whatever. But I'm just trying to clear it up so that people, so I can have peace of mind, first of all, and can move on, So that's kind of, it gets interesting. It's too weird not to like talk about, because shit got weird, man, and I don't like people manipulating my story to fit whatever ideas, and I don't want it to happen again in the future. So I needed to talk about this stuff. So I'm trying to get through these dreams, because it gets really weird. Like, that's not the only thing like that gets weird. People trying to create scenarios around like things, but some of these things really happen. That's what's the weird thing that I know that I want to get out there and say, hey, this shit actually really, like, there was some real surreal shit that really happened. That's not, government manipulated or whatever. Anyway, so I think that was similar to some stuff. No matter what happened, that was still weird to me. So this is stuff that I was tripping on, and I'll talk more about it maybe tomorrow or later. Okay, peace.